The Capture, a night that changed Venezuela. The night of January 3, 2026, unfolded with a surreal calm over Caracas before the first explosions shattered the air. By dawn, the world learned what a handful of U.S. special operators already knew. Nicolás Maduro, the controversial leader of Venezuela, was no longer in his palace. He was blindfolded, wearing ear defenders, and aboard the USS Iwo Jima, captured in a daring raid. We are going to run Venezuela. Hours later, from the White House, a triumphant and defiant Donald Trump addressed the world. Flanked by officials, he announced that the United States would now run Venezuela. His goal, he stated, was a safe, proper, and judicious transition, with U.S. oil companies ready to fix the nation's broken infrastructure. Their oil is going to start making money for the country, Trump said, promising to make Venezuela great again. He warned that the U.S. was prepared to launch a second, larger attack if necessary, and confirmed Maduro and his wife were en route to New York to face drug trafficking charges. When pressed on how America would run a sovereign nation, Trump gestured to himself and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, suggesting they would lead the effort for a time. "We're not afraid of boots on the ground," he stated. Defiance from Caracas. In Venezuela, the government's response was swift. Vice President Delcy Rodriguez appeared on state television, her voice firm. "There is only one president in Venezuela, and his name is Nicolás Maduro," she declared, condemning the armed aggression. She activated the country's defense council and called for calm and unity, asserting that Venezuela was open to dialogue, but only respectful and lawful dialogue. Her message was clear. Maduro's administration still claimed authority, even with its figurehead in custody. A world reacts with shock and division. The international reaction was a patchwork of cautious criticism, tacit approval, and deep concern. Europe voiced unease. Leaders from Spain, Italy, and the EU called for respect for international law, with many condemning the unilateral military action, even as they criticized Maduro's regime. The opposition, once hopeful, found itself sidelined. Trump dismissed Nobel Peace Prize winner Maria Corina Machado, saying she lacked the necessary support to lead, shocking her supporters who had believed the hour of freedom has come. A chilling message was sent to others. Secretary Rubio noted that many of Maduro's guards were Cuban, adding, "If I lived in Havana and I was in the government, I'd be concerned." An uncertain dawn. As the sun rose on January 4th, Venezuela stood at a precipice. Its captured president was headed for a jail cell in Brooklyn. Its acting leader pledged resistance from an unknown location, and a powerful neighbor had declared itself its new steward, vowing to rebuild a broken nation by force. The story was no longer about sanctions or elections. It was about blindfolds on warships, the rumble of American promises, and the steadfast, defiant voice crackling over Venezuelan airwaves. The capture was over. The far more complicated story of what came next had just begun.